Is Donald Trump hijacking Jesus? Is the kick streamer Clavicular overdosing for views? And has Dave Chappelle gone scorched earth on NPR? We're getting into all that and more. Welcome to AM Mornings. I'm your host, AlexxMedia. You guys know social media right now is just people screaming for cheap points. We built this show to cut through all that and kill the polarization. I don't care if you're Republican, Democrat, conservative, or progressive. I want you calling in. Here's the AM Mornings playbook. I break down the facts, the hosts give our takes, we poke holes in each other's arguments, then we open the phone lines to you. You bring your opinions, we pressure test it, and every call ends with the dilemma of the week. This week's dilemma, it's a little silly. Would you rather have triplets with a random one-night stand or have constipation for life? Start thinking about your answers, and if you want to call in and share it, Patreon is how you do it. $3 gets you in the room. That's how you get the link to call in. That's how we keep this show independent. But you also need to know the one rule of the show. If you call in, you must show your face. There's no burners, no avatars, no anonymous courage. Full episodes go up tomorrow on Spotify and YouTube, but Patreon is where you get everything else. I have vlogs, extra episodes, behind the scenes. And if you can't jump on camera today, just hop in the comments. We'll be there with you, engaging and all that jazz. I'm excited for today's show. To help me break everything down, I got my guy Lenny here. Lenny, what's good?
What's going on?
You know, welcome back. Looking real dapper. Oh, we got to do our signature cheers.
Gotta do it.
AM Morning,
Yes,
let's
sir.
go. All right. So, you know what, fuck it. Let's just get right into it because we got a tight 120 right now.
Yes.
Growing up, America sold us this boogeyman story about places like Iran. The message was simple. When religion and government become the exact same thing and leaders start using God to justify dropping bombs, that is the ultimate enemy. But look the hell around at what's happening right here at home. The line between church and state isn't just getting blurred, it's getting wiped out. And I want to be fair before people get defensive. This is not me shitting on Christianity. This is not me saying conservative Christians are evil or faith should be banned from public life. A lot of Christians probably hate this stuff too. A lot of conservatives probably think faith should shape your values, not be turned into some political costume. That is a fair position. But the facts are still the facts. You have Pete Hegseth in the Pentagon leading prayers about righteous violence and using a fake Bible verse from Pulp Fiction like it is scripture. You have Trump posting AI images of himself in Jesus-like imagery. Then taking it down after Backlash because even people on his side thought it crossed the line. You have him clashing with the Pope while the Pope is basically warning against using religion to justify cruelty and war. Then on top of that, you have a White House faith office, an anti-Christian bias task force, and a broader push to move religion closer and closer to state power. Then you go to the states and it gets even messier. Louisiana has been fighting over putting the 10 Commandments in public school classrooms. Oklahoma tried to get Catholic charter schools funded with public money. And now we have 8 Republican governors officially partnering with Turning Point USA to push Club America chapters into public high schools. They pitch it as civil engagement. But just listen to how they are talking to these teenagers.
And if you're a chapter leader or you're part of a chapter and you are a believer in Christ and you are getting persecuted for your faith and your values, you are being persecuted because you believe in Jesus Christ. Don't let anyone disenfranchise you because you're a young man, especially a young white male man. God has created you for a purpose and a reason far greater than you and I will ever know on this side of heaven.
And you have governors like Sarah Huckabee Sanders cheering it on. Critics are pointing out the blazing hypocrisy, saying you can't ban discussions on gender in public schools and then turn around and sponsor clubs pushing Christian theology. So when people say this is all just online trolling, no, it's bigger than that. There is law and policy attached to it also. Now, conservatives hear all this and say, relax, this is religious liberty. They think Christians are finally being allowed back into public life instead of being told to hide their beliefs. Critics say that's bullshit and that this is not about freedom at all. They think it is religion being used to make political power look holy, especially when it gets tied to war, schools, and loyalty to one leader. That is why this matters. America spent years acting like countries that mix religion and state power were the threat. But now, when our own people start doing a version of that same shit, suddenly we are supposed to call it values. Let's open the phone lines, but first, Lenny, is Trump and his administration really fighting for religious freedom, or are they just using God to drag this country towards American theocracy?
No. It's not theocracy. It's not theocracy at all. However, and this is where, as an independent, as a, some agnostic person, it's like, I don't care. What are we doing here? You're pushing a narrative. But then again, you look at the history of politics, religion's all over it. And you're allowed to integrate religion into your politics. The only thing is, theocracy is ruled by the government, pushed by the government. You're not pushed by the government in any way to support any religious denomination in any way, shape, or form.
Okay.
You might have influence, but where isn't influence in the religious realm of politics? There's prayer at breakfast, prayer at this event, prayer before that event. That's what conservatives do for the most part. On the Democrat side, they're more liberals. Live and let live. Believe in what you want to. However, most of these Democratic folks that you find at, say, the Democratic Convention, things of that nature, they're always praying, but they'll pray in silence. And it would seem like they're maybe embarrassed by their faith to a degree, because why would you be so secretive about your religious belief? Because go ahead and ask the lion's share of the Democratic society out there. They'll say, oh, yeah, they believe in Jesus, or they'll believe in this, but you just can't say it. So now it's out in front of your face.
I don't know. I think that's a generalization you're making. I'm
not making a generalization.
I think religious liberals are just as devout as conservative ones.
I didn't say they're not devoted. I'm saying they'll do it in secret. It is not cool to be, it's not cool to be bumping it on the road as a Democrat. Okay. Where have you found that in any campaign that they're outside going, oh, so let's do a little prayer before we get started and may the Lord do this? No, they try to avoid it at all costs. There's going to be some Democrats that vow, my God,
But what about separation of church and state?
But this is not a separation of church and state thing. This is more or less.
But we're seeing, from my monologue, you're seeing there's examples of religion being pushed into schools. There's example of using religious doctrine to justify war and cruelty across.
I don't think if we start with the memes from Trump, especially, I don't think it was a justification for war. If you read that from the meme, I'm just saying I think that's a little off. I'm
referring more to Pete Hegseth. He's using scripture to justify military action.
Okay, fine. And maybe that's an issue. But again...
No. Is that an issue?
I don't think he's justifying it. Again, I don't think he's using it to justify. I think he's using it as more like a backbone where it's like resolve. We're doing this because we're on the side of morality. But morality is so subjective to a lot of different people, to different cultures. So yeah, could you lay off of that? You probably. I don't necessarily need that.
I need you to make a definitive statement. Is it wrong? Is it
no?
Is it right the way he uses scripture?
Wrong. I don't think it's wrong.
So then it's right.
No.
It's either right or wrong.
But he's entitled to do this.
And I'm asking you to call it out. I'm asking you to answer that question. Is it wrong to use scripture to justify actions of war?
See, but you're framing it to justify the action of war. We're not justifying the action of war. We're using scripture, I think, in his context. Hey, we need something like a resolve. It's like a morality thing. It's like, we're doing this for a reason. We're on the good side. And he's using prayer to buttress that opinion.
Yes.
Or it's not to.
No, but he's saying, hey, the power of God is going to give us the strength to lay down justice on our enemies. And you're framing enemies as the people you're going against in war.
Okay.
And in biblical sense, enemies are, hey, anybody who doesn't follow God, that's an enemy. Anybody who is blasphemous or practices a different religion.
So then you have a problem with 99% of the world. 99% of the world, when we went to war, it don't matter where, they have a God. We pray to God that we kill our enemies. We shall come and be victorious. It's happened with any army, it doesn't matter who it was, actually. They've always used prayer because you want to give your troops something to fight for, if they believe in anything, this is what you're giving them. And what's the ultimate? God. God has sent you here. You're living, your life has a purpose. You need to do this. You need to do that.
So what would be your red line?
Killing the enemy is
what would be your red line? Like, at what point does like religious freedom become religious control? Like, what's the line?
We're nowhere near that. We're nowhere near that. Especially in the United States. Anything with religion, any type of religious
No, but I'm just saying,
insertion.
what would be an example of that? Because I'm curious. Right now, I think it's being used in a way to justify acts that are cruel, inhumane. Like, I'm against it, but you're saying you're fine with it.
But
currently at the state now,
inhumane.
everything going on in Iran right now. This is we're in a conflict that we shouldn't be in. So I'm just against
so
that.
You have a problem with war, period.
No, not.
So what war would have been satisfactory to you? Which war would be like, oh, you know what? How about this?
Oh,
World War II.
Yeah.
We dropped that nuke.
No,
Or I shouldn't even say the nuke. We're talking about atomic bomb.
Fighting German Nazis. That is something I was okay with, because these are people that are using religion and using ideology.
But were they using religion?
A little
Or were
bit.
they just saying,
I mean,
those are inferior people, and
yes,
so we're going to do
based on
that?
their religion, based on the fact
Yeah,
that they're
but did
different.
they not believe in God?
But based on the fact that they're different from us, we are going to exterminate a whole group of people, which is something I've adamantly am against.
Sure,
And so that is an evil that, hey, I am okay with justifying war in that sense. But Iran was not doing that. Like, I do not justify provoking, engaging in conflict with this country, and now we're seconds away from a world war. Like, this shit can
it's not going there. And
you can't say that definitively. You don't know that.
And you can't say it the same way. Like you're saying it's a war.
We are way closer than we were before the conflict started.
Every time we're closer. Oh, Russia this, China that. All right. Until it happens, it happens. But right now, you're not closer.
Until it happens.
Yeah,
yes, you get close to it, and then that's when it happens.
But you're not any closer, because Iran did not have to attack its neighbors like that. They didn't have to, but they did. They got them involved. That doesn't mean you have a world war. We have a conflict with enemies within the region. But it doesn't mean
if you're fighting a guy and that guy's with friends, and the friends, are helping this guy to fight you,
who else is fighting?
Is with everybody.
So who else is fighting?
I mean, all the other countries in the region are helping America and Israel in their attack against Iran. So now Iran is like, fuck all y'all.
What government state is fighting the war with Iran right now?
They are helping us to attack Iran.
Who?
So if you help us, if you help the U.S., then fuck you, you're on their side. Then.
Because the United States and Israel has been doing everything. The only time that the Saudi Arabia Kingdom got involved, or anybody else, or did anything within Iran, was when they got attacked. And that wasn't even right after. They did it weeks later with their planes, and that was it. So it was a retaliatory. This is not a sustained attack. So you're saying the fact
that we have bases there and we have a bunch of people.
But we've had bases there before the conflict. So why didn't they get attacked?
No, but I'm saying, that utilizes us to have strategic points closer, so we can attack and be closer to, attacking Iran. So you're helping us because you're giving us bases where we can refuel, where we can coordinate.
Okay.
Like, if we had to do this and coordinate from where we're at in America, we wouldn't be able to do any of that.
No, they would just use their destroyers and those other.
We still are way closer to the fact that we're in these neighboring countries.
I understand that. But again, before the conflict started, we already had these bases. We didn't just build up these bases in 2 days. They were there already.
But we didn't attack Iran before that point.
We didn't.
So if we just had bases there, it's all good.
Okay.
But if now you're using these bases to attack my country,
I'll ask you this.
I am mad.
If Kamala won the presidency, no, I'm just asking. If Kamala won the presidency, I'm not pivoting. I'm just asking you a question.
Okay,
all right, fine.
Yeah, you're pivoting. Like,
this is not a pivot because you're already cooked.
Fuck out of it. All right, let's see what the callers. Let's see what the callers say. Let's start to break some callers into this. There's no way I'm cooked.
The church is yes, it is, because you're saying to attack people over there, and they're using religious to make a point of it.
They are.
They're not.
Yeah,
they're not. But again, every war in the history of the world has some type of God backbone to it. So every conflict that you've known to man has had some type of religious backbone to it.
I think you're just pulling. I think you're pulling a statement out.
But I know. Let's pray for our troops. Let's do this. Send money.
That's different. You could pray for the troops. You can't say, hey.
Oh, so you never know the leaders. The leaders have never gone and said, And may the Lord protect you as we go on this righteous journey to free the world of the terrorism and blah, blah, blah. They've never done that.
Terrorism. That's different than invoking.
And
Bible
Iran is the
scripture.
leading state sponsor of terrorism.
And that's how I started. That's how I started this whole thing. The way that our country has brainwashed us into believing like, hey, these countries that are church and state, they are the enemy because they have practices that are different than yours, and they're authoritative and rule and all this type of stuff. We need to liberate them and give them freedom.
Why are you going off the religious tip?
No,
because
I'm just saying
you can do that with we don't disagree with
that's
other
how we
nations
have
in that
sold
way.
it. That's how we have sold it. And now we're starting to do that same thing. We're becoming our enemy.
We are not becoming
All right, let's see
a
what the callers
religious
say.
state where you can do it. I don't know. An
All right,
Arabic
do we have
state.
anybody ready to go? Bring them right on. Let's see what the callers say about this one. All right, Big Tage, what's up, brother?
Age.
Yeah, what's up? With all due respect, both of you guys are acting like big bleeping pieces of geese. All right.
Big
Yo.
bleeping pieces of geese.
What does
All
that
right,
mean?
Yeah. You're that first.
I don't know. You guys were
that
talking
first
about
sentence
goose
is some
and geese and
bleeping, all
whatever.
right?
I don't know. Whatever you guys were talking about with goose and gandering
the
and whatever
goose and the
nonsense
gander.
we've heard.
Oh, so let's
Y'all acting like
bring
geese.
everybody else into this. So everybody who's a part of the Patreon, they see us before the scenes, like behind the scenes, setting up and all that stuff. And we were having a conversation about what's good for the goose or what's good for the gander. And we're like, one, what does the fuck does that mean? And where does that phrase come from? And apparently we've been saying it wrong because I think you said what's good for the
I
geese.
said what's
is
good for the geese is good for the gander,
and
but
geese is plural.
yeah. Geese is plural.
Gander-
It should say what's
gander is-
good for the goose.
So sorry, that's explanation to everybody at home. Tage, who's winning right now this discussion? And then I want to hear your point.
I don't know. I think you guys left the ranch. I think the thing that happened
both
is
done.
with most of this, right, is that there's a separation of church and state. So I think that's the first and
Sure.
foremost, right? I think the interesting thing, if you really want to see if people are about that life, is freedom of speech, all that stuff, freedom of whatever. But say if the religious majority switched, would people still be about that, right? Like, so if it wasn't Christianity, if it was Judaism, Islam, Hinduism, if it was Greek mythology, if it was whatever, and pagan, whatever is going on, if it was any of that stuff, like, would people still be about that? If they were, then they are staying consistent and keeping the same energy, which is what we all want, which is, aligned with the constitutional stuff. But unfortunately, what you're seeing is people are just like using religion as a tool to like get votes, and either A, they're not following it, but who am I to judge? But B, they are, you can just see like what Sean Haggerty or Hannity,
Sean
whatever
Hannity.
his name was. He was like saying like I revoke or Catholicism because of the Pope stepping up to Trump or whatever. And
Yeah.
I was like, how are you going to say that? Like, what do you, like, that is not religion. Like, that's not following what your religion is about. Like, it's not about Trump.
Are you a
It's
religious person?
more agnostic, I would say. I'm more spiritual, I'd say, definitely.
Okay, same here. I hope we do hear from somebody, especially somebody Christian, because like I want to know if they feel a way that their religion is being used improperly. Lenny doesn't think it is.
Oh.
I think it is. But
no.
100%.
I need to hear them answer that question.
I've seen people on social media, right, when Trump's either not only the first time but even the second time, they were like, "Oh, Trump's gonna bring back a Christian America," or he's gonna bring like, and I'm like, "Wait, what do you mean?" Like, and it's just like, and this was people that weren't really. I mean, there were some younger people, but there's a lot of older people who are like looking for that, and I think it's just again. I think what's happening is that it's just who's are the loudest voices and how many voices are talking. So people who feel scared of saying something or leading with something, they're a little bit more reserved. Like Trump is their, voice box where he can say and do whatever they want, however they feel, and he can do it for them rather than them doing it. And I think that's what you're seeing. Are those loudest voices have the bite? I'm not sure, but the trends are moving towards like demographically. There's more Hispanics coming around. Like it's gonna be more colored at come 2050 or whatever that time frame is. And religion has gone from like I think it was like 13 to like 28% people who aren't Christian anymore, or like a little bit more.
Yeah,
They don't connect with anything.
They feel
so.
the decline, and that's why that's my theory, is that we're seeing this hard push now because they're seeing the decline in people who are religious. And it gets me a little bit worried because it's like, I feel like if we keep going in this direction, it's gonna like almost like anybody who's like secular is like a second class citizen because you're not good enough or moral enough by their standards.
Well, hold on. Let me push back on that. But
I mean, it's already the case, right?
Well,
It's already the
starting
case.
to
If you're not
seem that
MAGA
way.
or not.
well, to your point, though, the nation is becoming more secular. I think even the world, to the degree, is becoming more secular. I don't think that makes you a second-rate citizen or that's where it's going. In fact, I think they're prioritizing folks like that because a lot of people are just saying, I don't care. This shouldn't have anything to do with what I believe in terms of, day-to-day political things.
Yeah, but did you see how Erica Kirk was speaking to those kids? It's like, hey, your Christian beliefs are being attacked. You're being attacked by anyone who doesn't share these beliefs.
Sure. And for a couple of years now,
Indoctrination.
for a couple of years now, the main argument for Christian in particular, they'll say, well, it's like everywhere you go, politics, commercial settings, movies, things, it's almost like it's okay to shit on Christianity. And their argument is, why is it that you choose to shit on Christianity? Because most people who worship the Christian faith are, in a sense, supposed to be pacifists. All right, whatever, it's okay. Because I guarantee you over the years, even though you're secular and things like that, you're not going to say that about any other religion because most of the people who follow different denominations will fucking slice your throat off.
And I have to disagree with that because I think every religion gets talked about. Like right now,
Every religion gets talked
America,
about,
we
sure.
probably criticize Islamic faith the most. Like
It's not criticized.
so many people conflate Islam with terrorism.
Yes, that's a different
Imagine
story.
that if you were Christian, you were considered a terrorist. Like
That's a different
crazy.
story. There, of
Look
course,
at the persecution of Jewish people right now. Like
it's stereotypes, right?
every fucking religion is getting it.
It's just, I understand what you're saying. I'm just saying their perception over the years has been Christianity is the one you shit on. You can mock it, you can shit on it. You cannot mock Islam. You cannot shit on Islam. You can't. Tage.
We forget the callers. My bad, Tage.
No, I'm just saying.
Me and Letty could go off forever.
I'm just I'm just saying that I think it has to be very clear again that there is a separation of church and state, right? Like it has to just be very clear. I think at the same time you can have freedom of that. Like if if we have a 98% majority Christian nation and we're putting policies and other stuff around that, then that's just the freedom of what we deal with in the situation. But I will say at the same time, I have no issues necessarily with Christianity, whatever the main religion thing is. It's more so of these politicians. And I'll just say this, MAGA, like using people like the poor white, like if you look at state by state who's voting for Republicans or Democrats, and then if you look at like their health, their literacy, all these outcomes, those like that lower belt of like the Louisiana, Alabama, Georgia, all that stuff is doing the worst. So it's like if those states like go by, like none of these people the MAGA and anyone's doing is helping these people out. They're actually hurting them, right? And they can't see that and they can't do it. And I'm not here to preach to them to change sides or do anything, but I think what you're seeing like the weaponization of politics to like go to those people and say like, we're going to do this for you, and they don't do it. And it's just like, what's going on?
And isn't that the game of politics? Hasn't that been the game of politics?
Exactly. This goes the same on the left, right? The left saying the same thing, and they're, they don't end up like, serving the base at all or following what people are doing. Like, I think that is what politics is. And I think that's more so to say politics should change rather than per se religion. I think that's a whole nother podcast episode. But I think the politics, I think like what you're saying at the end of the day is like politics is using religion as a weapon, which it should not be doing.
Yeah, I agree. Tage, before you go, would you rather have triplets with a random one-night stand or have constipation for life?
Triplets. As a medical person, constipation is the worst thing, and it comes in levels. And
Thank
constipation,
God.
like,
You were the first one.
Is literally the worst. Like I'm telling you, like in medical school, the rite of passage is sticking a finger back there to like dislodge stuff, and it's called manual disimpaction, and no one wants that. People have died on the table doing
What
that.
the
Like, we
fuck?
don't need any of this stuff. So
I
no
did-
constipation
a rite
for
of
animal.
passage for all doctors. You guys stick a finger up an ass. It's crazy.
Hey,
It sounds like Hollywood over there.
or a fun time. Or a fun time.
Yeah, Tasia, appreciate you for calling, brother. My God, who do we got next?
I am so happy that Tage was the first one to call.
Yeah.
Because it was perfect.
Are you religious?
I believe in a God. I don't go to church regularly, but like I believe it's good to have a good relationship with God. Yeah.
But are you any particular faith or just agnostic?
I guess Catholic.
Catholic. Okay. All right. So you
Yeah.
believe in Christian faith. All right, cool.
Yeah.
How do you feel about this potential breakdown of separation of church and state?
I think it's important. I mean, I think that's what this country was kind of founded on for a reason, because the founding fathers, they were like a mixture of things. There was like some people that were like a little more religious, but some of them were like agnostic atheists. So like they were like, why don't we just keep it away? Because they saw what it was doing to like monarchies back in Europe, and they didn't want to make it like that. So I think, these people that are like trying to influence government with their religion, they're just the most hypocritical people. You know what I mean? And even like the two concepts alone, the concept of Christianity and the concept of U.S. politics it's like night and day. They were talking about something that's like supposed to be pure good and versus something that pretty much is the most corrupt shit in the planet right now.
Mm-hmm.
And if you mix the two, it just becomes hypocrisy, and that's what we're seeing, I think.
But I'm curious, as a religious person, like I know you appreciate the morals and all the teachings that the faith brings you. Don't you think that would be good in society if we adopted more of those things?
Yeah, but I also don't think you should be telling people like how they should get to those morals. Like some people could be atheists, but they're great people.
Mm.
Some people could be Muslims and amazing people. Like I got friends of all different faiths. I don't judge them based off what they believe.
Mm-hmm.
I think you could be whatever religion or whatever you want to believe, you could believe in, but being a good person just comes down to you.
And then how do you feel about like politicians using God to sell war? Because I feel that that's going on. Lenny says that has happened all throughout history.
It has happened throughout history, but I don't think it's the right thing, especially for the society we're trying to build. Like ideally, I think it serves the interests of a guy like Trump, because Trump can use that to secure power and then put a moral mask over it using religion and be like, oh look, I'm so religious. But meanwhile, he's taking rights away. He's creating. I just saw he created a Homeland Security task force to police the police that are policing the secret police that are called ICE now. And so and if he does that and then he goes, but look, I love God, it's different. But then at the same time, he spits in God's face with everything he does.
And can't quote a single Bible verse. All of them are his favorites.
Yeah, but
again, what do you say to that?
Fiction.
That even though, let's say it has been done all throughout history, do you still think just because it's been done, it's okay?
No, it's not. Listen, because these are two different topics, right? It's not okay to take anyone's religion, their faith, and put it to, oh yeah, we need this for war. We're not doing that. Or they do it. It doesn't make it right, but it is what it is. This has happened throughout the history of the world.
So you are saying it's wrong?
I'm saying the act of it's being wrong, but I just don't think in this situation they're doing that the way. I don't see it the way you do.
Okay, all right.
Because again, everyone prays, and they pray for their side to win. Period. No one ever goes, well, their God's better. Everyone thinks they have the same God.
But can I ask you something, Lenny? Do you think that a Christian could not pray for a Muslim then?
Can a Christian
And
pray
that
for a Muslim man?
can't pray for a Christian?
Absolutely.
Yeah, because I mean, I don't know, bro. The way you phrase that was kind of confusing to me. Like I feel like you could pray for whatever you want, man. You could pray for anybody.
But that's
I
what I'm
don't think you
saying.
can pray for one
It
particular
doesn't.
side.
Let's change the subject, prayer, and subject. It doesn't matter. But what you choose to pray for is not up for debate. You can do whatever the hell you want. And if you're in the public eye saying, God bless our troops, they're about to go into this battle, we're going to kill the enemy. Hopefully they get a couple of headshots. Okay, whatever. That it is what it is. It's been used.
Crazy.
That's
But you want,
hypocrisy,
but you
though.
know, at the end of the day,
crazy.
you know where you live? Here.
that goes
And if you
against the
lived
shit
over
you'd
there,
be-
you would go ahead, Nick. Sorry, I didn't hear you.
Nah, it's good, but that just completely goes against what you're supposed to believe in. Then, if you're like, yo, I pray our troops shoot a motherfucker in the head,
Okay.
like 2,000 miles away.
But remember,
that's
it's in the
bullshit.
name of righteousness, right?
Yeah,
the
but,
Pope was at one time sent people to war.
Yeah, it used to, but
This is global domination, and everybody keeps failing to see that. Just because we're in the 21st century doesn't mean the fucking game's changed.
But
It's the same game.
But you keep doing this thing. Oh, well, since it's happened all this time, then it's fine that it continues to happen.
Yeah,
Like,
but
when are we going to start correcting behavior?
What do you mean?
Okay, yes, the Pope. There was the Crusades of the past, yes, which everybody acknowledges wrong.
Okay,
so you don't see the Catholic religion still doing that stuff today, and so I'm saying let's not make the same mistakes of.
First
the
of all,
past.
why are you just pinning it on the Catholic? I don't think you're pinning on the Catholic, but why mention Catholic? Just say Christianity. But at the same time, like, remember,
not all Christians follow the Pope.
They're not Catholic, is what I'm saying.
That's why I said, so the Catholics have used, like you said, the Pope has done this in the past.
Yes, and there's a history.
Yeah.
Oh, he's changed his way. But you know what you're not going to change? The world. The world's never going to change because the world needs to do business with each other. And when conflict happens, this is what we do. You're never going to change that.
Sad to not have.
But then again, you have somebody in office who says instead of fighting wars, maybe let's get some money together. That's what happened with the other situations, other conflicts around the world. Iran's a special case because Iran, if it was up to them, and say they did have a nuclear weapon, you think they would drop it? Yes or no?
I don't know, and I don't think so.
So you know what? If it's a no for you, then you say don't attack them.
Yeah.
But if it's a yes for me, take the head off.
All right. Yo, Nick.
Yeah, but it's also not medieval times anymore, bro.
Nick, before you go, Nick.
It's new tech. That's all. It's the same game, just new tech.
Yeah, but the tech could literally wipe out human civilization.
Yes.
Yeah, and we haven't done it yet.
So we gotta
but if anybody who thinks like you, we might do
this. Is not thinking
if you
like
just
me.
Think, oh, shit. I think you might drop a bomb, so I'm going to take your head off first. If that's all the justification you need to attack somebody, that's crazy.
Well, listen, that's why you're not in that position, and neither am I. There are people in
thank
those
God
positions,
you're not in that
but
fucking
Lord
position.
knows. If we left it to him, everybody would walk all over us.
Nope.
Oh, no.
Nope.
So you would, no.
Yo,
Lenny,
Nick, I'm sorry. Before you
Absolutely.
go, I need to know this. Would you rather have triplets with a random one-night stand or have constipation for life?
I feel like the triplets with the one-night stand hits closer to home for me. Because I don't know that I've had children with a one-night stand, but I think it's more feasible in terms of my past history.
Sure.
And constipation for life. I don't like constipation for one day.
No doubt.
Fuck a lifetime. I'll just have some kids that I don't know about.
Oh, wow.
That's a lot easier
Come
to deal
on,
with.
nigga. It's fucked up. So you got to have triplets and just be a
You know
deadbeat
it's a
dad?
fucked up question. That's why you asked it.
I know. Yo,
The answer's going to be fucked up.
I appreciate you so much for calling, Nick, man. Thank you, brother.
All right, man. Thanks for having me.
No doubt. All right, let's move right along. I like this next one. If you are out here looks maxing, mewing for a Sigma jawline, trying to mog the timeline with your skibbity riz to avoid the phantom tax in Ohio, I'm so deeply sorry for you. But if you actually understood a single word of what I just said, put your phone down and go learn your trade. But seriously, the kid who is the absolute poster child for that internet culture is a 20-year-old kick streamer named Clavicular. Real name, Brendan Peters. On April 14th, he had a suspected overdose live on camera in Miami. First responders were called to the medical emergency, but by the time they arrived, his security detail had already thrown him in a private vehicle and they left. People are treating this like a tragic private health scare, but it's actually the result of a manufactured content machine built entirely on extremity. Let me pull back the curtain on what the industry is calling the clipping economy. There are massive Discord servers operating right now where real humans are paid to mass produce short form clips. We are talking about one single campaign generating 2.2 billion views in a month. They use 69,000 clips posted by over 1,600 paid clippers to do it. And streaming platforms like Kick are subsidizing this. They're paying these clippers base rates of 10 to 40 cents per 1,000 views just to flood the internet. So we have two sides to this coin. One side says this is fake celebrity and deceptive algorithm manipulation. Their point is that if your rise depends on coordinated clipping, paid reposting, and platforming subsidy, then the public is not discovering you naturally. They are being steered towards you. And once that money is hidden from the audience, popularity starts looking less like culture and more like marketing disguised as culture. That concern gets even sharper because the FTC guideline says material connections are supposed to be clearly disclosed, even though this exact clipping model still sits in a gray area because real humans, and it's not bots that are doing the posting, it's basically undeclared advertising. The other side says, calm down. This does not make celebrity fake. It makes the rollout more aggressive. Promotion has always existed. The modern version just runs through short form clips, performance payouts, and algorithm pressure instead of radio spins and old school PR. And that side has a serious point because forcing exposure is not the same thing as creating staying power. Plenty of people can be shoved in your face for a month. Very few can hold attention once the push slows down. And that's exactly where I land. Modern marketing can force you into every feed in America and make you look larger than life. But real celebrities need actual pull. People have to come back on purpose. So to me, Clavicular is not proof that celebrity is totally fake now. He is proof that visibility can be rented at scale. The only real question is whether he has enough it factor to turn that rented attention into something durable. Let's open the phone lines, but first, Lenny, if you need a payroll of like 1,600 people to stay on like a person's screen, are you actually a celebrity or are you just well distributed? Let's start there.
You're well distributed. Let's be real here.
Okay.
He is the virality flavor of the period. This is Clav's era right now,
Okay.
right? So he is going to be here. Plus, he's got a machine behind him. 1,600 people putting out your content, clipping, and all that. So this is the machine.
Yeah,
It's not necessarily him, right? This is the machine behind him, and more power to him. He's going to get paid, and the more he goes out there and does the wild shit that he's been doing. I just watched. Ridiculous. I just watched him last night. He was at the club, I guess, and there was a mom and daughter combo. He kissed the mom. And then he's like, yo, let me kiss your daughter. And the mom's like, yo, kiss my daughter. Now, he was trying to kiss her, the daughter, but he didn't get the kiss. He got a kiss on the cheek. But she was like, yo, you kissed my mom. What are we doing? Blah, blah, blah. But first of all, why are you outside with your mother? That's another discussion.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that.
But anyway, he goes and he's a wild boy.
Yeah.
And he's a wild boy. But again, he's got a machine behind him, and good, because how else are you supposed to manipulate these internet streets? He's trying to get the max money because everybody has a fucking time schedule.
But is he a fake celebrity, though?
Are internet celebrities?
I mean, if you're seeing him all the time, if everybody's talking about you, if like right now I can say Clavicular and a lot of people know who I am talking about, I would consider that celebrity.
Yeah, but you know, the amount of times that or people that know you, or the times that you're seen doesn't necessarily make you the celebrity. I don't know.
There's levels to it. He's
But you know
he's
what?
not A-list, but I'm just saying he's very well known.
I mean, you know what? Yeah, make him a celebrity. He's out there. He's doing things.
But my celebrity is, hey, you put out a movie, everybody goes to see your movie.
So celebrity has changed, right? It's no longer the movie stars.
Okay.
We're not talking about movie TV. Now, everybody, you have internet famous. So you could do whatever, be viral in 1-2 seconds, and boom, you're a celebrity.
Let's say
Top Tua is a celebrity. She might be on the Z list, but at the end of the day, everybody knows her.
Yeah, I guess I would have to put her there, but she doesn't have the staying power. She's not around now.
But again, this is his era. How many different people have come up and like, oh, okay, look at this guy. He's doing wild shit. Next.
Okay.
Next.
So you don't think it's fake?
It's manufactured.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's manufactured. But this is the game to extrapolate what he's doing for more money.
Yes, but it's manufactured to make it look like he's more famous than what he actually is. Like when a person shares a clip, I think like if you share a clip and you send it to me, it's like you want to share something with me. And now you just made me aware to this new thing. But all these people sharing clips don't give a fuck about who this person is. They just like, oh, you know what? I'm trying to get paid right now. Let me just clip something from his live stream.
They're being hired to do so, right? Clip it. We'll put you a part of the partnership. You'll get money off of it based on what you've done with the clip.
Yes.
That's okay. This is capitalism.
But now we only know about him because of these fake people who have shared it, making it seem like he's this larger than life person.
Well, what do you mean?
That's the only reason why we know it, because we've
are they
seen
fake?
Yes.
You said they're fake people.
No. It's real people
Yeah.
getting paid to post these clips, but they don't care about the clips that they're posting.
Nobody cares. Nobody, listen.
But when we see these clips, we think, oh, this guy's popping right now. We just said, oh, it's his time of the month.
Yeah, but
Or his time of the is.
let me ask you though. But let me ask you, because we're kind of saying, oh, well, this is his time, but he started out doing the wild shit that he was doing before, and then got big, and then the machine became behind because he's making money.
That's a thing. We think that he
Made
he's himself
1,000% like he's not is artificial. His rise is artificial.
Yes.
I don't know about that.
I think that it's an artificial rise, but then it's like FOMO. When you see so many people talking about this or sharing this thing, now you want to be like, yo, why does it? That's the only reason why we know this kid. This is some 20-year-old kid. You and I are almost double his age. Like, we shouldn't even know who the fuck this kid is.
You know why we know him? Because
you guys are right here.
Because he's doing wild shit.
Still. All right, you got that. You know.
He's doing wild shit. Thank you. Appreciate your friendship.
There are a lot of people online doing wild shit.
No.
There are a lot of people doing wild shit.
Again, remember, now add in the side of females find him extremely attractive. And when females find you attractive, you're going to get the views and the likes. And
you find him attractive?
No, I'm a man.
Can you acknowledge that he is attractive?
Of course.
Okay.
Just like you can acknowledge anything, but no homo. just tap it off. That's okay. It's okay. First of all,
I just wanted to.
You got to be in your hierarchy, Like, you go out with a bunch of dudes, these niggas is getting bitches, and some of them are not. So you just go, all right, we know who's the pecking order.
Yeah.
You know who. But
another thing that's faked and manufactured is his looks. Because
so this goes to the wild shit.
Yeah.
He's doing stuff to his face. He's breaking bones. He's getting surgeries or whatever. People want to know what the hell's going on. So the virality is, why are you doing this to your body? Because he says you could look perfect, and he's got a score index on attraction and all sorts of stuff. This is not artificial. He's actually giving people a lot of content, and it's been a while. But what he's doing now is getting the machine behind it so that he could flip it. Because after this flip, after his era, he could retire. He's good. He's breaking he's doing sorts. And then now, because he looks so good, right? Pause. He is going to these clubs and just walking up to chicks. He's going up to chicks with their mans and trying to pull that off. Now he's being an asshole.
Oh, wow.
All right. Now he's being an asshole. That's what's happened recently. He's being a big asshole.
But, okay. I guess this is not this important for the discussion, but it is good to note. Like, I don't like what he's doing now, because at first I thought it was just him being silly. Like, oh, I'm creating all these words and I'm just being like, making a game of attractiveness and all this type of stuff. But now, or I've just learned in doing research for this, like, he's a heavy drug user and he's doing that to preserve his looks. Like, he takes meth or a form of meth.
I think it was he on ketamine? Was something
ketamine, but now he's taking meth because he's like, oh, it's a stimulant and it's a appetite suppressant, so he can get like shallow cheekbones and shit.
Yeah,
like
but
that. Like, that's dangerous.
But we also, it's dangerous.
Why the fuck are we supporting?
And we're not supporting it. Everybody loves a good car crash.
But I'm sorry. Oh, that's true. But at the same time, he's teaching kids like, hey, you know what? If you want to look like me, smash your bones, jam yourself up with a bunch of drugs, take meth to stay skinny. Like, that is dangerous. Your kids might see this shit and start thinking that.
That's the celebrity way. How many times have we seen chicks, especially the cat lady faces with the big cheeks, the wild eyes, because they've got so many different surgeries and all this, and you're like, oh my God. So right now he's let's say he's at his final form, right? Let's use, he's in his final form for the anime people. And now it's like, well, now once he gets defeated, what's going to happen to his face?
Yeah.
We're waiting for the car crash.
Yeah.
We're waiting for, he overdosed at the club or whatever. Is he going to die? Let me see him die.
That's sick, but you might be right.
What society is like, oh shit, from afar, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna watch him die.
Fuck. All right, are these creators like real, and like, do people like them for them, or are the platforms that big them up and that manipulate them, like, are they just poster boards for those platforms? Because I feel like Kick is using him. They're like, yo, crash out, do all this crazy shit. Because, like, okay, you think...
Yeah, I mean, the more streamers, the more money, right? You get financial backing. Not financial backing, but you're getting a financial incentive for more people to watch this crash out, whether it's Clav, whether it's Larry Wheels. You know, Larry Wheels, he's smacking the dude on the internet, but your bitch get piped up. Not piped, but, you know, you're letting your chick seem like she's a hoe. She's trying to rock with other dudes. And you're letting her roll with Rampage Jackson or attempted to let him roll. Like, what are we doing? But they're all on Kick, and they all want to do the most obscene shit so you could get more views. And that's what it's always been about.
So there's nothing wrong to you with Kick or anyone paying for fake virality.
Not at all. You're on the platform, you're doing your thing. What did Ivan Drago say? If he dies, he dies. That's all they care about. Because they'll move on to the next.
And with that, let's start breaking some callers on if we have anybody ready to go. Do you think the paid clipping is any different than buying a Super Bowl ad?
No, not really. I think you guys are making a good point. I mean, let the kid collect his paycheck. He's a young man right now, so he's gonna be doing a lot of impulsive shit. Like Lenny said, I mean, people are gonna want to watch the big man fall at some point. So I think he should take that into consideration and start like it's gonna get boring, but he should start pushing the right message to the youth. I mean, he's already got the attention, so if he can maximize on that a little bit.
But is it cheating? What about all the other people who can't afford to pay 1,600 clippers to clip for them and get billions of views? Like,
he's the product, man, and he's what's getting pushed right now. It's unfortunate. I mean, I think there has to be more people out there. That'd be nice, but unfortunately, yeah, he's what's getting pushed right now, and so ads are jumping behind him. Kick wants to see him clip farm. You know, they like that shit. They want to see it.
And
some of the stuff is pretty entertaining.
Do you think the audience cares that his views or his clips sharing is fake? Do you think us as consumers care?
Oh yeah, as consumers, it should annoy us a little bit, and as people who want to push stuff out there as well, because then your stuff is getting overshadowed, you know, by all that stupid shit. And clearly, it's really poorly made content. But at the end of the day, yeah, it would be annoying to see that, you know.
And so, like, the way I kind of look at this is almost like this is renting fame. Like, you know, whether you have the it factor to keep people around, who knows? But like, when is the point when it's like the rented fame becomes real fame? Because I still don't know. To me, Clavicular is still a rented famous person. I wouldn't say
that is a good question, and you're right, man. That does seem to be the case, but some people do stick around. Like I believe, like 6ix9ine, for example, you could say that he was like almost an industry plant at the beginning. I'm sure they were getting in they were bringing in a lot of money. So in order to like make him look bigger than he was, they probably threw some bot money in there. But he ended up sticking because the dude is actually funny, you know.
That's interesting, because I would say he hasn't really stuck around. He kind of just like hops on streamers live every once in a while, but like I'm not checking for his music. I haven't really seen you know, it's for what he actually came in the game doing. No one's paying attention to him for that thing anymore. So it's like, to me,
no, not at all. But
that rented fame, that rented push of the music actually backfired because no one gives a fuck about the music anymore.
No, the music is trash. I mean, right now, like if you're listening to 6ix9ine, like something's got to be wrong with you. But I mean, he's making some pretty funny clips. You know, I can't say much to that. He's managed to bring something back. I don't know what it is, but he bounced a little back.
Yeah, like one person I would say love him or hate him, but like Andrew Tate was a person that it was like, it was not real virality because he was paying people to share his clips. Like, or they had like some type of like pyramid scheme where it's like, hey, you can get paid if you share clips, but you have to sign up to his little situation. So he's making a bunch of money off the people who were sharing his clips. But now he still has sticking power where it's like he's still influential and he can go on any platform.
Well, I feel like we're missing the, I guess if you will, talent part. And his thing is he talks a lot of shit. We'll go with Andrew Tate. He talks a lot of shit and he's like wild disrespectful to bitches. People like that. It's good content. Go to Clavicular's thing. He's in the clubs. He's walking the street. He's doing this. He's doing that. He's doing shit to his face. People like to see these things. So don't forget that there's an underlying area where they're whatever they did to build it up, it got to a point where they said, you know what, we could get a machine behind this. We could get people to clip. We could get people to show different things that we're doing. We'll pay you. But so long as the product is boosted and remains boosted, so it's fine. And yet the product does new things every day.
So you think the platforms, they see the talent and then they put the money behind it, put the machine behind
I think once they've seen the potential in terms of who could be watching this and how wild it could be spread, and that's without a backing, then you back it up and you flip it.
All right. So then maybe that is like every famous person that has happened today.
And that's
like
everyone.
You have the it factor, you have something, and then somebody with power notices you and then puts you on a platform and allows you to grow. So that's potentially that could
There
be
you
it.
go. There you go.
All in all, enjoy the content, but don't forget to start profession maxing, you know?
Yeah, I know. That's why I told everybody got to pick up a trade because this shit is not going to work for everybody. Look at this kid. He's 20 years old, ODing in a nightclub. Like, that is not going to end well.
OnlyFans chicks right now look like SoundCloud rappers. Crazy.
Yeah, and there's still women today. Damn, well, I just saw the one from American Pie. She just announced she started her OnlyFans. I'm like, this is getting bad. It's getting dark out here. Yeah,
crazy
I forgot which one, but it's chick from American Pie. But yo, LT, before you go, I want to check with you. Would you rather have triplets with a random one-night stand or have constipation for life?
She's gonna kill me for saying this, but I'm gonna have to go with the triplets. But I'm gonna bring them home so we can raise them. We could have like little lot lizard pets.
Wait, you have them as pets? You just said.
No, I mean, we'll raise them, you know?
Okay, all right. Yes, they are human beings.
A little murky there first.
I can tell you don't have any kids. You got some growing to do.
I'm gonna regret this in a couple of years when my daughter's watching this or some shit.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna pull a Schultz on y'all.
Oh man, LT, I appreciate you. Thank you for calling in, brother.
Bro.
Oh man, I love that topic. We didn't answer the dilemma question. Letty, would you rather have triplets or have constipation for life? And that's triplets. That's 3 more kids than what you have right now.
Oh my God.
Yep.
Help me, Lord. I'm glad Tage was the first one. The doctor said, don't go with constipation. Constipation's not cool. So give me the kids. Give me the kids. Give me the kids.
Wow. I am shocked.
Give me
As
the kids.
much as you are stressed out, you want 3 more these days?
Give me 3 more. Give me 3 more.
Yo,
But because if you're constipation that's massive.
why is nobody just thinking you could just take medicine?
No. There's levels to constipation. We didn't say, you mean the run of the mill, I ain't shit today, so tomorrow I'll get you back, like not that type of constipation. We're talking about real shit here. Pun intended, right? Real, like I can't get this shit, I can't get this out.
I think
Shit, they gotta cut your ass line up for your taint if that's how big it is.
Jesus Christ, I'm not talking about that bad, but
We're
I get
talking
it.
bad.
But I go with the constipation, man. 3 kids?
At once. Oh,
Bro, what?
Oh.
And you gotta raise these motherfuckers forever.
not forever. 18.
That's basically
Get 'em outta
forever.
here.
By the time 18
you're
years
right,
from
you're
now,
right.
I'm an old head. Like,
You're
stop
right.
it.
It'd
That's
be great
forever.
if I could go to the beach with my wife and chill, but no, we gotta bring these motherfuckers
I'm going
through.
constipation all the way. But yeah,
But
let's
again, you don't know what type of constipation. I think for a question like this, it's gotta be max level constipation. You're maxed. What's the maxing?
constipation vaccine.
Yeah, constipation maxing. Like you got it really bad.
I would still go constipation.
Pains, everything.
Just being in that
you
pain.
can't even walk. You gotta shit up your ass so big.
3 kids, but this is different. I don't have kids. I look at that as the scariest thing. I don't even want.
Nah,
it.
man.
I don't want 1. So 3 is crazy.
Man.
But yes, let's move right along to the next topic. Dave Chappelle. Before we get into this, let me full disclosure. I'm a huge Dave Chappelle fan, but I'm going to do my best to check my bias at the door and break this down fairly. Dave Chappelle just went on NPR and managed to piss off everybody together. We're used to Dave going after cancel culture and progressive outrage, but this time he went straight at the Republican Party. Here are the facts. Chappelle did a 40-minute sit-down with NPR in Ohio. He explicitly said He resents the GOP for running on transgender jokes. He says Republicans took what he was doing and created a weaponized version of it. He even called Congresswoman Laura Boebert out by name, saying she asked for a selfie and then immediately used it to push anti-trans talking points. But the interview took a sharp turn when he was pressed on performing in Saudi Arabia. He got a lot of backlash for doing stand-up out there, given their human rights record. Chappelle deflected the criticism, but when he was pressured on performing in Saudi Arabia, he not only called out the U.S. government hypocrisy, he made it directly about race. Let's watch the clip.
The United States government does business with the Saudis. Netflix does business with the Saudis. And none of these things were an issue until I went there. As soon as a black man can make money off the plantation, they try to tell you that the money is dirty.
He claims there's a massive difference between comedians and politicians. He says if comedians offend you, you can just turn off the TV or walk out of the club. You can opt out. But when the president or the government targets you, you can't exactly opt out of living in America. His point is that jokes don't make laws. So now we have two sides at war over this. One side says Chappelle is rewriting history. They say he made multiple Netflix specials punching down at trans people. You can't hand the right wing the exact talking points they need, make millions off of it, and then act shocked when politicians think you are on their team. They also say playing the race card on Saudi Arabia is just a distraction from his own choices. The other side says, leave the man alone. Comedy is not a political campaign. He is rightfully calling out the right wing for weaponizing his art to push real policies. And they argue he is absolutely exposing the hypocrisy of the media, giving billion-dollar corporations a pass for Saudi money while dragging individual entertainers. My take? You can't spend years selling guns and then complain when someone robs a bank. Chappelle wants to control the joke, but once you put it on Netflix, it's global. It belongs to the culture. And on the Saudi issue, weaponizing the race card here is crazy. I was at that exact comedy festival in Riyadh last October. I saw the lineup. There were plenty of comics on the stage collecting checks who weren't black. So to try to spin the criticism into a racial double standard is a cheap deflection, in my opinion. But let's see what you guys think. Let's open the phone lines. Lenny, if the GOP is using Chappelle's material as a weapon, does he bear any responsibility for giving them the ammo?
I mean, yeah, I guess he should have the understanding that once you put something out there, no matter what your intent was it for, people can take your shit out of context and use it for their own good. Mm-hmm. You put it out there. Most people, especially him, he would say probably conservatives couldn't get a joke. Okay, they got one. And they took it and they manipulated it for their purpose. And now you're mad. What's the problem?
So is he responsible?
Why does he have to be responsible? He said it, right? It is.
You know, I mean,
responsible?
Is he responsible
for being a backer?
No, is he responsible for giving the GOP the ammunition to go against trans people?
Yeah, but am I responsible for hitting somebody with a car if they went into a crosswalk and didn't see that it was a green light? Is that on me or is that on them?
No, it's on you.
No. Yeah. I need to be aware, but what if they just ran out?
I mean,
this is the same thing. Oh, they saw something, they pulled it. That's what we're doing.
I don't know.
I drove it, but you jumped in my way. Am I the one who's got to go to jail? No. He told the joke. They used it, and now you mad that they have a different spin on it?
Okay,
that's
interesting. What about playing the race card? Like playing the race card on Saudi Arabia?
The oldest goddamn thing in the book, though. Like, I don't expect him to do that. I really don't expect
I was
that.
a little disappointed, and I'm a huge Dave fan, like I said. But I was a little disappointed by him using the race card because I do think people tend to use it too much. It is a real thing. Like, let's not act like racism isn't a thing. It is a thing. It affects us daily. But
daily.
I think daily. You can find aspects of society where
you said it affects us daily. Like that would mean that every day somebody's hit with some type of racism or whatever. In your everyday life, I guarantee you're just fine. What happens is you watch TV and you go on the internet and you read something, you get outraged like a bitch. And that's the problem. Everybody's a bitch.
I hate you sometimes, bro.
I really wish they wouldn't just stop acting like a bitch. Oh, did you know that they let all the white people in? Well, what time was it? Because they were early. Maybe you missed it. You fucking assholes.
Black people, I apologize for letting
But it's true. It's true.
Somebody say, "Hey, Candace." It's first time joining the show. That's funny. Yes, I do think it cheapens it. It's the same way how like Israeli propaganda is calling everybody anti-Semitic if you say anything about the Israeli government.
Same
so
thing.
It's like I think it cheapens it, and then it loses its meaning and its power. But at the same time, I think he's trying to kind of rewrite the narrative in terms of, because he, allowed enough time to pass. And now it made it seem like he was the only person who went out there. There was a ton of comics. He was actually probably in the minority of the comics that went out there. He was probably, of course, he was the biggest one, but still. So I don't think it was a racing at all. But if they're attacking entertainers specifically and they didn't attack corporations, I do agree with him on that point.
Okay.
Yeah.
I agree.
So it's like, I don't know, Chappelle. This is a little revisionist history, and I'm a little disappointed.
Doesn't that happen to all the comics as they get older? All of a sudden, they have this perception that, oh, wait, what I used to do was edgy, but I'm grown, and I have to take an account for all. No, keep doing the things you've been doing and stay relevant that way, because once you change that up, I'm sorry, I'm not fucking with you anymore.
Okay, I'm curious to see what the callers think about this one. This one hurts, because like, I usually, whenever Dave speaks, I listen. He's one of these people that are just like, okay, if he puts out a special, I'm going to listen. If he does an interview, I'm going to listen. And I think he's really profound, but it like takes away from it. And because I know people that criticize Dave, and for stuff like this, they're like, oh, he's always like, woe is me. And like, I'm the victim all the time. And I'm like, bruh.
You made plenty of victims, actually, with your words.
You're too powerful.
Yeah, you made plenty of victims. To have that type of perspective, you, over the years, with the jokes that you've made, yes, impactful for, and it's a joke, you get those truisms in it, but you've probably heard a lot of people over the years with the same jokes. But the thing is, you're a comedian, and it's supposed to be just jokes. So... listen,
but then when you're as big as he is, it's like, and it sucks. It's like he's almost a victim of his popularity, of his actual fame.
Oh my God, he's Batman.
Because it's like he's so big that when he puts out a joke, it becomes culture. It becomes a political stance. Like, that is crazy. So now you're kind of inserting yourself in the political realm just by doing the craft that got you to the place that you're at. It's like it's a tough position to be in. But let's see what the callers have to say about this one. Who do we got on the line? Hey, Michael. What's good, man?
What's good?
Oh, we're chilling. How do you feel about this Dave Chappelle NPR interview?
I think that Dave Chappelle has just been so good as far as comedy goes, and so profound at that you kind of deified him, and people have kind of deified him, and they expect too much out of it. They forget he's an alcoholic pothead with a foot fetish. He's gonna say dumb shit.
I'm gonna say allegedly on that one, because I'm not.
He says I fuck feet, man. He says it on one of his specials.
So he's a weirdo.
Right.
But he is I think he's a practicing Muslim, if I'm not mistaken.
What's that got to do with anything?
Yep.
I mean, you're not supposed to drink alcohol.
You gotta wash your feet before you go to the mosque, so maybe that's part of it.
I was talking about the drug use.
He's in there washing everybody else's feet.
But maybe the feet. Oh, that's stupid.
But yeah, it's like he's being questioned. He's being attacked, and usually this man has a lot of time to think about what he's gonna say. This time, he's like, I'm gonna go do this interview tomorrow, blah blah blah. And he's just pulling out of his ass whatever he can to flip it around, because he's right. Everybody does business with Saudi Arabia, and they are mad. Not just the black man, but think of how many comedians who are getting the bigger checks than they'll ever get for the rest of their lives, and then they're gonna go back to America. Man, that's fucking up a lot of just the money market for how corporations control things.
Mm-hmm. That's an interesting take.
They don't like it.
Do you think Dave is becoming the exact kind of out of touch elite that he used to make fun of?
I mean, it's just bound to happen. He's rich as fuck. He hangs out. He flies on planes with Joe Rogan. He's gonna be in touch?
So do you think everybody who makes money eventually loses touch?
I mean, I hope.
Why do you hope?
Because if you're everybody who makes money and stays in the hood ends out catching charges or getting kidnapped.
No, you don't have to.
Get away from
That's the extreme. You don't have to stay in the hood, but you don't have to lose touch with like your connection with humanity.
Stay in touch. If you get rich, you're going to put yourself out of touch.
Interesting.
Just
I don't know about that.
The money puts you in different places.
Absolutely. How do you not know about this?
No, I know it happens often, but I'm just saying I don't know if it's like absolutely going to happen if you start to make a lot of money.
It happens to everybody who makes an exorbitant amount of money. All of a sudden, that $1 Poland Spring is a Voss fucking $10 bottle. You know, it's like, I got the bread.
I don't know if this is a great example, but look at Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders has, he's...
Go ahead. Let me hear you talk about what he has.
He has enriched himself during this time that he's been a politician.
Still talking about power to the people, government stuff.
And like I just...
Pay taxes.
Exactly. You prove my point. He's very in touch with the people.
But?
There's no but. That's what I'm saying. That's my example of somebody.
Do you know why he stopped saying the millionaires and the billionaires? He stopped saying millionaires in his thing because he became a millionaire. So now he just says the billionaires. He never says, remember back in the day, the millionaires and the billionaires. Yep. Now he got new money.
Hey.
He got 4 or 5 houses and shit.
That was a good one.
And now all of a sudden, what about when he was going green and they were traveling and it's like, hey, you're taking a lot of private flights across the country. That's not really carbon focused. I have to get there, don't I?
He does have to get, no. Stop it.
Bullshit.
Stop it.
Bullshit.
Bernie can't fly commercial.
If you're performing at 2 different cities in the same night, and you have to just get there as soon as you leave one, like, stop it.
Take a helicopter?
Just because you have money, that doesn't mean you can't spend it. That doesn't make you out of touch.
You can't talk shit and you're not backing it up. Don't take a private jet. But I'm going to take a private jet. It's going to be a half hour.
He's not telling people not to take private jets.
Yes, he is.
No, he's not.
He don't want anybody to do anything.
Dude, he just wants rich people to pay their fair share. That's all he wants.
So what's his fair share?
I'm sure he pays it.
How do we know? Go ahead.
He does his taxes. We haven't seen him get, audited by
most of them don't get audited.
Whatever, Letty.
Thank you.
You always move the point. You move the goalpost.
I didn't move it.
Michael.
You brought him up.
Michael.
Yes.
I'm just curious. This is just my curiosity. Where do you rank Dave Chappelle on your hierarchy of comics?
My Mount Rushmore is Richard Pryor, George Carlin, Dave Chappelle, Louis C.K. and Bill Burr.
Good list. That's a good list.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Because I only asked that because I saw in a different interview, he was talking about potentially bringing back the Chappelle show. And I'm wondering, this is just theory I'm pulling out of my head. Maybe he's seeing the success of Drewskis and all these people, and he's feeling maybe he's starting to lose a little touch with cultural relevance.
But shouldn't, he's older now, shouldn't he just, let the new generation come and do their thing?
Bruh,
so you want your lion's share is what you're saying?
Celebrities want the attention all the time.
So it's a bitch.
Well, it's not only that. It's like when you're trying to train somebody and they're just not getting it, you just want to jump in there and do it because you're the master.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's a different take. Maybe that's it. Maybe he's seeing Drewski's like, yo, you could do this 10 times better.
Maybe.
Yeah. Drewski, like that little vignette thing, if he would have put a little bit of dialogue in there, made like a through line to that thing at all.
And you know what?
It would have blew up.
I completely disagree. I love the fact that there's no dialogue in it and you just have to interpret it for yourself. Don't tell me what the art means. Let me just give me my own take on it.
I think that was a legal decision is why he did that. It was a good one.
He does it with all of his skits. He doesn't tell you what the messaging is.
He probably doesn't have any writers.
I mean,
he's the writer.
He has enough money to have
writers.
He's
the writer,
there's no shitting on Drewski here because Drewski's right now doing it better than probably anybody right now. And I'll stand on that. Yeah. But before you go, Mike, would you rather have triplets with a random one-night stand or have constipation for life?
I'm a single father of a 13-year-old girl, so give me that constipation.
See, team constipation, yo. I'm going team constipation all day. Yo.
All day.
Michael, appreciate you for calling, brother. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
I think
Have
we
a good one.
clip that. Team constipation.
Team
Who wants that?
constipation all day.
And team constipation is crazy.
Let's go. And you team kids.
I'm team triplets.
Damn, team.
You got to
Kiddies.
listen.
I'm trying to
everybody
Epstein
out there
right now,
please,
but
you got to clear the canal. If it's blocked, everything's wrong with you. Everything.
open the straight. Yo.
Perfect.
Yo, Tiberius. How you feel?
Yo.
How you feel about Chappelle right now? You think he's being a little hypocrite?
I think, to me, Chappelle's my GOAT. And so, like, the reality is whatever he says, if he gets in front of a camera, something's going to set some shit off.
Okay.
It's just the reality of who he is. I didn't even hear about all this until the topic dropped, but I mean, what's wrong with getting a bag, niggas? We like getting a bag. Just say, I wanted the bag.
That's what bothers me. Like, stop with this hypocrisy. He does, and let me not give you all the context, because he does also say it's like, hey, I went out there because, hey, America's doing business, Netflix doing business. I'm not doing anything wrong. But also, if they don't have the type of freedoms that we get to enjoy, I can show them something that they've never seen, and that feeling must be cathartic. So he's like, hey, I'm also doing it for the people. So it's not just...
that was something I wanted to say, because it's like, wait, are they not allowed to fucking have fun? Are they not allowed to, like, laugh? Should all comedians just leave them alone?
They don't have as much freedom and liberty to say the things that we could say over here. Like, for example, I think I heard in a different interview, the first time he went over there, they gave him a list of all the things he couldn't say. And then he just went on stage with that list and started talking about each thing. Like, that's ballsy as fuck. And he was like, the crowd was going crazy. So it's like, hey, you are doing good at the same time, but like, don't make this a race thing. Like, that's what bothers me. Don't make it
just
a race
keep
thing.
it the money.
That shit's so tough, especially for us as black men, because the more we do that shit, it just dilutes it.
Yeah.
And
I feel that.
It makes people be able to be like, well, no, you guys just think everything is fucking racist. And then when we get a black man that's getting fucking murdered, they're like, well, no, they're not racist. You guys just think everyone's racist. So he needs to be more careful with that because his voice is so loud.
And what about a politician weaponizing his jokes? Like, they use his like trans jokes and made it a part of their platform.
It's the same thing. Like, it's the same thing with Charlotte when he did the fucking shit for where they ended up using his clip for the Kamala.
Yeah, the ad about like Kamala is for they them. Yeah.
Yeah, whatever it is, it's just like using rap lyrics in these fucking court cases. It's out there, use it how you want. The problem with Americans is we don't look for context. We don't look for shit. It's just like, oh, Dave. So you could put Dave Chappelle doesn't like trans people, and if you love Dave Chappelle and you shouldn't love trans people either. You could do that shit, and if no one's watching his fucking shows, they just see Dave Chappelle doesn't like trans people, they're gonna run with that. And so it's just that I think that problem really comes from us as Americans not doing the time or taking the time to research stuff. We got to cut that shit out too.
So do you think Dave owes anybody an apology? Because like he refuses to apologize for any of his jokes.
No,
you should never apologize.
We can't apologize. We can't apologize for
even if his jokes get used in a way that's against his own beliefs.
But then it's not his fault. Why should I apologize for something I'm not responsible for?
True.
Yeah, the great thing about art, man, is it's up to you to interpret it how you want to interpret it. But I shouldn't have to feel bad about how you interpreted my art.
I feel you. Yo, Tiberius, I appreciate you. Before you go, would you rather have triplets or constipation for life?
My lady downstairs too, you know what I'm saying? So I'm fucking all about, no, I'm not, I'm not dealing with that shit. And I don't even like kids that much. I'll deal with not shitting for how long are we constipated?
For life.
I'm gonna deal with that.
Life.
For life?
For life.
And you got stage 4 constipation.
Stage 4.
There's different stages?
Yeah, I didn't know that.
No, hey, look, man, triplets are for life too. And I got 2 kids and I'm struggling, nigga. So
make it 5.
I'm gonna go ahead and not shit. Cause I don't give a shit anyway.
Team constipation.
You're gonna die.
Team constipation all day.
Yo, I swear to God, if you
Team constipation,
y'all gonna die. Constipation will kill you.
It comes out eventually.
No, it
yes,
won't.
it does.
You could get surgery to remove
No,
it.
now you're adding some extra shit to it.
Yo, I'm telling you,
It comes out eventually.
There are levels, and so if you don't get rid of that, it's gonna become a rock.
Lenny, fuck. I tried helping my son with math yesterday. Nigga, triplets could kill me.
You would survive. You would survive.
Yo, thank you so much, Tiberius. Appreciate you for calling, brother.
What's up, man?
Oh, appreciate you.
Peace, bro.
All right, so I know, Letty, you have to go. Usually this is the time for the off-script section. You know, before we won't even take any callers. I'll just see, is there anything else you want to discuss with the people before you go?
With the people before I go.
Yeah.
Anything? I don't have anything for you.
No, really? Nothing like in the news that you wanted to discuss?
Well, you know.
I know you...
all I know, for those who had any type of marketing accounts, I'm hoping you saw a nice bump up this week, right? You know, my M1, my, what do you call it? You got my Ally. I got all these different little accounts bumped up. The market was great this week. Because of the Strait of Hormuz opening. Now we got some back and forth going on, and just like we talked about last week, there will be regime change. There is a regime change, but the IRGC ultimately came back and said, nah, this is not happening. So we have a little bit of a communication issue.
Okay.
Right? Which is what I said. But anyway, I'll roll it back. It was just a good week if you were in that money market. So and I made a lot of money this week. That's what I'm saying.
Everything's good because the economy, because the stock market is doing
yeah. Listen, at the end of the day, everybody should worry about their bottom line.
Did you see the viral Mondani post about that? Hey,
about taxing the rich?
Yeah.
Hey, listen.
What's up?
He can't get my money. I'm gonna tell you this, because I'm
not a billionaire.
I'm gonna move it out of the state.
Yeah, right. You ain't going nowhere.
Listen, I want everybody to know he's gonna tax the rich, right? Sure. Yeah. Now, those who don't give a shit, first of all, by the way, if they're not renting it out or they're not have a property of $5 million or more. All right. So how many people do we know that is doing that?
I don't matter.
Okay.
Just keep campaign promises.
If I'm one of those billionaires and I got a little property over there that's worth $5 million and now it's going to be taxed, guess what? I'm going to take it and move. I'm going to take my shit and move. Because it's not worth it.
These billionaires keep claiming that and then move then. Okay. Do it. Pussy.
Okay, so then why is Kathy Hochul asking? She was a real nice. We don't need y'all. Go. And now it's we need y'all to come back.
Nah.
So who's the pussy now?
She is.
She's selling pussy now.
Oh, chill.
Pause.
Allegedly, no allegedly, whatever. Just
selling it.
Laddie.
She's selling it.
All right. We're going to end on that note, guys. Big thanks to Lenny for holding it down. I know, Lenny, you got to run. And then, if you want to be a part of this every week, Patreon is how you do it. If you sign up on Patreon, you'll be able to get the call link. We also have so much extra content. We do extra episodes over there. We do vlogs, behind the scenes, all of that stuff. But if you didn't get a chance to call in today, you can head over to the comments. I continue the discussion over there. I'm engaging with you guys. Let's have a discussion. And we'll be back next week for some AM morning maxing. So take me off the screen.